I think that they're, as a starting point, they're the bedrock, they're the foundations that create high-performing teams that allow people and teams to work effectively, evolve, to innovate, develop, and frankly, to meet challenge along the way. If you can have psychological safety, if you have high emotional intelligence, you're able to flex in the moment and be held accountable. The concept of a feedback culture is embedded in the idea of emotional intelligence and psychological safety. Without them, you don't have them. And it's elements that it's from the contracting, the setup, the start about what you're doing and how you're going to operate together that gives you the ability to do that. Emotional intelligence is about how you read the room, how you read your colleagues, how you read your clients, how you read the experts coming in to understand what they're doing. How can you manage your own emotions and that of others to get the best out of people with where you are? You have to start with yourself. No one knows you better than yourself, apparently. Some people maybe are less good at that, but there's certainly different elements along that. And psychological safety, Amy Edmondson's work around that, it's a really good starting point for that. And she's encapsulated the viewpoints on that for what it is. It's about creating an environment where people speak up. There is no fear of saying yes or are you sure? What are you doing here and why? So holding people accountable without consequences, without the fear of negatively impacting and being a career limiting move for what you're doing and how you're doing. Ultimately, it's foundations. We're talking about trust, and you have to have trust. And about creativity, about curiosity, you have to have that element. Again, I talked about the tripods and the stool. How do you get that coming in? If you fester in silence and you just go along with the status quo, you're not going to have the innovation. You're not going to have the growth and the development. You're not going to be able to have what we all crave and need, which is evolution rather than revolution.